Welcome all to today's session of C Interview presented by the first MAMCS. This is Dia Maria Joseph and it's a true honor to meet this man in person. An all-rounder who ensures the safety and security of all Christites. We truly owe it to you, sir. I now invite Mr. M. Shankar amongst our midst today. Thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this session. So let's begin.
Yeah, sure.
What exactly is your role as a Chief Security Officer of Christ University?
My role is multifaceted. In fact, I'm supposed to be devising the security system for this university. I also suggest some security changes as and when required, because security is not a one-time affair. It's a changing scenario. Every day the security requirement change. So accordingly, I'll advise the management to adapt to the latest situation, and also keep in mind that this is a university. So I'll have to devise a system.
Too many people.
Yeah, too many people. So I have to devise a system which is adaptable to the university, in line with the policy of the university, as well as it is acceptable.
It's a very juggling business where you have to.
We cannot convert it into a cantonment and say nobody can come. This is a place where everybody would likes to come and go everywhere, roam around, see the campus, so that people take a full view of the campus and feel attracted towards it.
So a moderate view of everything must be kept in mind.
Absolutely. A fair balance, I would say. But at the same time, I have to ensure that there are not too many identified people moving around the campus. So that's our main job. The main job is to see that everything is in place.
Yeah, okay. So there's an early morning drill that we've all witnessed.
Okay.
So what exactly happens there and what exactly do you tell them to do?
See, that morning drill is basically a briefing. That's what we say. Morning everybody assembles in one place. It's 7:30 in the morning. So my team reports much earlier. They report at 6:45 in the morning. They do some other course here and then they assemble for the briefing. The briefing is basically an input into the daily program that is going to happen in the university. So day-to-day programs, all sorts of programs that is going to take place within the university on that particular day. Any special briefing, any special guest, chief guest, any VVIP who is going to visit the university. These are done on a need-to-know basis. Sometimes we don't reveal the name of the VIP who is going to come. We will reveal it only to the place where it is required. Let's say the main gate. He needs to know. So we will inform him only. So this sort of a briefing is very important. It's also a platform whereby we all come and it ensures that we develop the team spirit as well as a feeling that we are one and we are working in a team. So that is also a projection of our teamwork.
So is there any training program that these security personnel they actually go through? Any specific program do they?
Not really, not the kind of program which we have in the armed forces, but then we have something called an OJT, on the job training. So any guard who comes to this university is new.
Must go through that training.
Absolutely. So he has to go through that drill of 2 weeks, depending on the capability of any guard. The capability maybe some guards say pick it up within a week. Some guards are slow to pick up. So we see the progress, and it is a very sensitive university. So we need to properly align him towards the policies of the university, align him properly towards the security policy of the university, so that everything is
set in place,
carried out smoothly.
So
that is our main endeavor. So that briefing is very important to us. So any program, we have ensured personally that all the programs are informed to me in advance, so that I can convey to them properly.
So that the right person comes to the right time.
There are no hiccups at the gate. So the gates are mainly our domain where people come in contact with our security. So that has to be a very pleasant one.
That's their first introduction to the university.
First point of contact, actually.
So what exactly is your notion of discipline?
Discipline to me is working out in a systematic manner. It could be anything. See, discipline to many people will be different meanings. A guy who's getting up early in the morning at 5 o'clock, doing some exercise, eating the breakfast dots at 7:38, moving to the office at 9:30, coming home at 5:30. That is one sort of discipline. There is another sort of discipline who wake up at night and sleep in the morning. So I cannot really articulate the meaning of discipline. It is basically adjusting your body clock and adjusting yourself to your work requirement, right? So that you are able to carry out your work smoothly, right? and as well as you are able to carry out work in a systematic manner. That's how I put it, discipline. Because discipline, immediately the mindset goes, morning 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, get up, exercise.
A schedule.
Yeah. So that's the mindset we have. But discipline to me is anybody. I mean, people are here, I mean, in India or anywhere in the world, they are working through the night. Morning they have a different discipline.
Yeah.
At night they have a different discipline.
Yeah.
So provided anybody is able to carry out his or her work in a systematic
without
manner,
interrupting anything.
that is discipline.
So what is your daily schedule like?
Daily schedule, I start my day at 4:15 in the morning.
That is early.
That's very early. So my discipline starts at 4:15 in the morning.
Okay.
Of course, the usual routine, and then I get down to a half-an-hour exercise. I devote myself. That is an appointment with myself, so I don't miss out on that.
Okay.
Come what may. And then I have a cold water bath. I've been having this bath for the last 35 years. In even minus temperatures, I have it. So that's a secret I'm letting it out right now, since you tried to inquire it, right? And then I reach here at about 7:30.
Okay.
And then we start the drill. And the usual college routine starts.
All right.
Of course, I start with my appointment. What is my calendar on that particular day?
Okay.
Meetings, and if there is any appointment or something like that. Otherwise, it's a usual routine of going around the campus and seeing everything is in order, and checking and reviewing. See, the constant review is very important to us. In a system where it's constantly changing, changing environment, changing requirement, dynamics, everything is changing.
Yeah.
So you need to keep on adapting yourself to the changing requirement. Otherwise, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
So that's my main.
So when do you leave the campus after everything?
Nothing fixed. Actually, I'm supposed to leave by 5 o'clock, but I end up leaving at 6, sometimes 6:30. But I try to leave by 5, 5:30, or maybe 6 latest. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my schedule for the day.
Schedule for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what is the kind of leisure activity that you indulge in?
Leisure, I don't get too much of leisure, but whatever leisure I get, I devote myself to some, reading of books.
Okay.
Listening to some old Hindi songs.
All right.
Yeah, that's my way of spending my leisure. And then, of course, I do a lot of running.
Oh, yeah, exercise.
So,
okay.
Not long distance, but short distance.
Whatever you can. Yeah.
Looking at my age, I try to go easy.
Okay.
Not the faster ones, but the the leisure runs and all that.
So, do you have like a favorite book that you always go back to, something that you always like reading?
Yeah, that's 2 books I would like to name. One is 5 Simple Steps to Leadership.
Okay.
That is by Jack Merrick, if I'm not wrong.
All right.
And another book is by Jeffrey Archer, Shall We Tell the President?
Oh, okay.
That's a very good book. So
all right.
Both books are such, they're not huge in volume, but it keeps you till the end.
Okay.
And that's the first book I read, Jeffrey Archer's.
Oh, okay.
Then I started the series.
Okay.
And to tell you another anecdote, I never used to read novels before that.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first book I laid my hands on.
So did you meet Jeffrey Archer when he came here?
No, I couldn't meet him because a huge crowd out here. So
all right.
wanting to take his autograph, I shook hands while he was leaving.
Okay.
Brief introduction.
Okay.
That's enough.
Right. So what is it that probed you to take up this profession?
Yeah, the thing is, wearing the uniform has always been, one of my ambitions right in the beginning.
Okay.
Then, a photograph in the one of the magazines where a commando was dressed in all the dangries and all that attracted me.
Okay.
Visual attraction,
Yeah.
The reality is totally different. When you go through the paces, at that time you think, well, did I take the right decision?
Yeah.
Because the amount of risk, the amount of
time
adventure, you
involved.
may call it adventure, but it is a 24-hour job.
Yeah.
And then actually you face the reality.
But
then it has always been inside me, inside my blood to do something which is a bit different.
Okay. You followed what you wanted.
Yes.
All right. So as the head of security, you must have come across several situations that are very comical in nature, where students come up with certain blunt excuses and such. So can you recall some instance that really was comical, in fact?
There are many, but one I recall very vividly. That is about an year and a half back, when a student was not wearing the helmet. We were very, very particular. When I came, We saw students who not having the helmets. And
Yeah.
probably, I mean, they wanted to not to
ruin their hairstyles, probably.
or ladies not wanting to wear the helmet or whatever. So we were bent upon implementing this.
Okay.
So one of the students came up and told me, "Look, sir, I am not supposed to wear the helmet." I said, "Why?" He said, "Sir, the doctor has told me not to wear it."
Okay.
I said, "Why? Still, no doctor would say that you compromise your safety and not wear the helmet." "No, sir, I have these headaches, and doctor has diagnosed me, and he said that you should not wear the helmet." So
Okay.
that was very. I laughed it off. I said, "It's very."
How
funny.
do you react to such situations?
In fact, I smiled at him. In fact, I said, "Yeah, this is something which is bizarre. I mean, I've never heard an excuse like this.
Okay.
So please wear the helmet because it's for your safety."
Safety.
See, ultimately, I mean, there are a lot of reasons to wear the helmet, but all said and done, somebody is waiting for you at home. That's
Yeah.
the whole basic of whole thing. So one should be safe, whether you are in road or inside the campus, anywhere.
Okay.
So safety should be paramount. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. And so have any of these situations gotten out of hand, like your communication with the students, and there's a lot of friction when it comes to such matters. So has it ever gotten out of hand?
Not I would think of any, but initially I would say yes, because it takes time for the students, in fact the entire gamut of the university to understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So slowly, now I feel that slowly they have understood. So now we have something called an escalation matrix. So anything which escalates, it comes to me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't let it go out of hand. So
it's like a hierarchy in place.
Absolutely. So
right.
I tell the guards, don't take it up only.
Okay.
Because what happens is the friction, and then they react. They don't respond. So they react immediately to a situation.
Okay.
So that escalates the matter beyond control.
Okay.
So I have purposely tried to lay it down at that guard level, so that when it comes to me, I can
handle it
better, and I am able to sort of settle down things
okay.
In the right perspective.
Without getting it out of hand
Yes,
anyway.
yes, yes.
All right. Okay, sir. So thank you so much for coming here. It was a real big pleasure having you here.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you here also. And in fact, you have invited me here. It's been a pleasure to give me an opportunity to open up and.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's all, folks, for today's session. Thank you and have a pleasant day.